Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Saturday, the 27th of August. But first, a quick recap about Friday. Well, we had a good start to the day and a bad end to the day, basically. A bit less than money back. It looked really interesting to start off with. Unfortunately, well, I'm not saying unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, the first horse didn't win, but it came place, but it was a shocking price for a place. I think about 5-4 in the end, but and even the extra place, it came third, and I think it was in a field of seven. And then the next horse ran. It actually had a decent chance of winning in the end. Um, I think it returned 22-1. So a good start, but then unfortunately both the Hamilton horses let me down. So let's get straight into Saturday's bets. So it's a 10 pence each way lucky 15 and a pound each way accumulator. The first selection is Ainsdale at 8-1 in the 240 at Beverley. It's the Beverley Bullet, paying 5 plays instead of 3. I was originally fancying Existent, but I just can't have it with the ground. I'm pretty sure it needs quite a lot of cover, and I can't really see what's gonna actually lead on its inside. Well, I think Ainsdale is capable of setting the pace if it wants to, but I think it could stay on too strongly towards the finish. And also, it likes soft ground. Well, it's given good ground at Beverley. I think probably on the slow side of good. And I think Ainsdale, I just think it's like the race this season, but I think it's capable of a much higher class run if that makes sense. I think it's towards well, obviously it's one of the highest rated horses. It's one of the highest rated horses in the race, and I do think its last run will bring it on a ton. Um, Fingers crossed. And I think 8-1's too big, especially first five when it should favour the inside, and it's drawn one. So yeah. So the second selection is Van Gerwen at 9-1 in the 10 past 3 at Beverley as well, paying 4 plays instead of 3. Another horse with a low draw. I think it's drawn 3. Should go straight to the rail and hopefully make all. There's a horse on its inside that could cause a little bit of trouble with leading, but it's not in great form at the moment. That horse isn't. But I think these two should be clear, and hopefully Van Gerwen stays on the best out of the two. The third selection is Indian Sounds at 4-1 in the 345 at Beverley, paying 4 plays instead of 3. Its best run for this horse was when it ran at York. It was drawn 17 when it favoured low numbers, and it was prominent, got outpaced, and then ran on again and finished quite close up, and certainly best of the high numbers. Well, I think if what it's got, I think it's got a great chance. And yeah, it's horse number one, the best horse in the field. I think it's just beginning to reach a bit of like consistent form, but like I think it could be peaking. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I do fancy this horse. Also, don't get me wrong, Van Gerwen is also poor Midgley. Indian Sounds is also poor Midgley. And let's get on to the final selection. Well, as I mentioned, the middle two are poor Midgley. Well, the first one was Julie Camacho. Also, the last one is also Julie Camacho's. Ruggles at 22-1 in the 650 at Redcar, paying 4 places instead of 3. Very lightly raced. Used to be trained by Roger Varian. I think there's loads more to come. Hopefully, it's this race where it finds the improvement. But yeah, a very interesting horse. Hasn't done a great deal, but has only ran a few times. And I do think the Julie Camacho stable is beginning to hit a bit of form. So they're the four selections. And as I said, it's a 10 pence each way, look 15, and a pound each way accumulator. So I'm going to get onto the football now. So here's a football bet. It's a £10 treble. It's over 2.5 goals treble. So what I've gone for the. I was quite impressed by Man United when they beat Liverpool the other day. Well, they've got to keep that up. If they don't, they could get beat here. Well, I'm not going for a winner. I'm going for over 2.5 goals. I'd expect Man U to score, but I'd also certainly expect them to concede. So that's the reason I'm picking that one. The second selection is Liverpool match versus Bournemouth. Well, Liverpool, they've got to show some kind of reaction after getting beat by Man U. I know they're still short on numbers, but they're still a very good side. So that's over 2.5 goals. And then finally, Arsenal and Fulham, both very free scoring teams. That's my reason for picking that one. I probably expect Fulham to score, but I certainly expect Arsenal to score more. So that's the first of the football bets. But the main bets for the football, just ignore that one. It's not my bet. Right. This is the main football bet. £10 over 2.5 goals treble. Bearing in mind that the previous bet was Premiership, but it was also dinner time, afternoon, and evening kickoff. These are all 3 o'clocks. So it's a £10 treble, over 2.5 goals treble. Middlesbrough match, Sheffield Wednesday match, and Sutton versus Mansfield match. And I've also had a £2.50 over 3.5 goals, the same matches, and over £2 and a £2.50 treble over 4.5 goals. So basically, I call it goals, goals, goals. What you want to do is you can either watch Gillette Soccer Sadie or you can get Flash Score on your computer browser. Highlight the 3 matches, and every time there's a goal, there'll be a cheer. So basically, all you're looking for that red dot. It's loads of fun. So whatever you choose to do Saturday, fingers crossed, the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.